Hello guys, so finally we're gonna start creating our first character, which is this robot that I designed. As you can see, it's a very simple character, it doesn't have many features, and the reason why it's because we're gonna start with a pretty basic character that doesn't have an organic shape, so it's better for us to understand the process that it takes in order to create a character in general. It is quite simple, we can create it with the primitives that Blender has. It doesn't have any organic shape, it's just very squared and there's not a very difficult shape to create here. So that is why I decided to begin our course with this character in particular. Alright, so we're gonna get into Blender, and the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add our reference images, which is like the image that you just saw. We're gonna put them into Blender so we can actually work with our modeling sheets, and it's better for us to understand where to put everything. So first we're gonna select everything and we're gonna delete it by pressing X, and we're gonna go into front view. Here we're gonna insert our first reference image. Please don't do it while on perspective mode. I'm gonna show you why, but first we're gonna put it in the front view. So with Shift A, we add an image right here and we select reference image. Here we're gonna open our folders, check where our image is. Mine is right here, and I just open it. As you can see, I can actually have the front view in the front view of our character in the front view of our viewport. If I added an image in the perspective view, like here for example, I add the same image. Look, it's not gonna be in the orthographic view that I need. It's just gonna be like in a very weird position. So we don't want that. We're gonna actually delete that, and we're gonna just go into our front view and we're gonna add it from there. Once we have it, we're gonna select it and we're gonna go into the properties menu. As you can see here, there's an icon that it's our image properties. So we're gonna click there, and we're gonna move it because this is our front view and we need it to be centered because we're gonna work only on one side of our robot and then we're gonna duplicate it to one side. So in order to do that, we need to move it to the center. To do that, we go to offset X and we're gonna move it until it is completely centered. I cannot see very well right now, so I'm gonna activate the opacity so I can actually see the grid behind our character sheet. And I think it's quite well. I think that's centered. That's enough for us to work. I think maybe this is too bright, so I'm gonna lower this down maybe to like 0.7, just like that. And now I'm gonna move to perspective mode, and I'm gonna move this backwards by just like moving it. So it's not in the center because right here we're gonna have our 3D model, and so it's very difficult to have both things there. Now we're gonna go into our side view, so we press 3, and here we're gonna add the same reference image, which is the robot, and we're gonna leave it like that because this is not it's not like symmetrical to one side to the other. We don't care that it's centered, we can leave it there, but I'm going to put the opacity same as before, 0.7. And one thing that I forgot to do with the other is that we're actually gonna activate here where it says side. We're gonna put it just in the front so we don't see the back of our image. I'm gonna move this backwards and I'm gonna click this one again and activate the same thing, just the front. We don't want it in the bottom, in the front and back. We're just gonna use it in the front. All right, so now that we have that, I'm gonna select both things, go into front view, and I'm gonna move them upwards so that the feet touch the floor, which is this red line. It's just one thing that I like to do. It makes me work better. So I'm gonna leave that like that. And now, as you can see, we have collections and both images are in one collection. When we are modeling, we don't want to touch these images by mistake or move them by mistake. So we're gonna make them unclickable. To do that, I'm gonna name this collection reference images. And I'm gonna go right here and activate this right here. That will let me, it will appear like this icon right here. If we click this, now we're gonna make our everything that is in this collection, we're gonna make it unclickable. We're not gonna be able to select it. So even if I try to select those things, it's not gonna work unless I activate the selection. But we're not gonna do that, so we're gonna keep it disabled. So that's it. Now we have our reference images. Now we can start modeling our robot with no issues at all. So I'll see you in the next video.